top T20 bowlers in the world. You think about Jasprit Bumrah, you think about Jofra Archer, guys who bowl the new ball. They're quite deceptive in terms of bowling that short delivery, but also consistently hitting a good length, creating pressure, keeping that short delivery as a weapon.
It is a full day. It's a double header. 2 games today, 2 games again tomorrow. We are 4 games into the 23 matches we're going to play in Sri Lanka, in Hambantota.
Of course, there's no pressure at all because, we have to continue our momentum well in this game as well. So we are ready for that.
Tell us about your team.
We got 2 changes, Sudeep Tyagi and Oshad out, Paul Sterling and Aftab Balam coming in.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I know that Kasun Rajitha is with you. Any reason? Is he injured? Any reason that he's not playing?
Actually, we know how good he is. Actually, with the combination, it's really hard to get him a game here. So that's the reason.
That's a big call. That's a really big call. Your team.
I have one change from the last match. Usman Sinwari came in for Kaila, but
All right. The news from the center is Dambulla Viking. They won the toss, and guess what? They're going to bowl first.
Okay, Rashan, thanks very much. And also the skippers as well. Russell, that's quite interesting because all the sides so far that won the toss have not won a match in this tournament.
Oh, that's a great stat.
Courtesy of Keith Lane, I've got to tell you.
Yes. But it's a day game. So the equation changes when you consider it against a night game where the dew factor, the ball can skid on later. But in a day game, since the pitch is drier, it can slow up. So it's not a bad thing for anyone to bat first. But the key factor is, as Tisera said, you've got to bat and bowl proper. It's an even competition between bat and ball at the moment.
No Oshada Fernando, he's out for a week.
Yes, so that's no surprises there. There was that unfortunate injury to him. But the other changes have been to balance that team, and they look a lot better
both teams, by the way. We've got quite a few all-rounders in their lineups. We'll have to see how they get underway and how the game unfolds. But, of course, we also need to know how the conditions are in the middle. Let's join Darren Gengar.
Another beautiful day for match 5 of the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. And it's quite warm, about 31 degrees Celsius. There's a nice wind, not a lot of humidity, and great conditions for playing cricket. In terms of the pitch, well, we've moved further west. And we come to a pitch that is looking quite good, light-colored, even covering of grass. Amir Sohail will tell us more about what he sees here.
Well, Darren, even though this is a new pitch, which is going to be used, but it's screaming, I'm good for batting, even louder. And I think batsmen can actually run amok here again. And it's going to be very difficult for the fast bowler. I can wish them best of luck, but margin of error.
What about the spinners? You think that they will play a part? It looks a little lighter in colour.
They have to really throw the ball in the air to be able to get some purchase from this. Overall, it's a great batting track once again. Like I said before, it's screaming.
Dambulla Viking and this Jaffna Stallion team, well, they will be looking forward to batting here yet again.
Right, the average score so far batting first in this tournament has been 196. The power play average has been 67, so out of the blocks has been impressive. The bowlers got their work cut out. What do you want to see from the bowlers that might be different?
Well, a few more variations and holding their nerve. The bowlers seem to be going away from their plans pretty quickly. You have to understand that sometimes a good ball is going to go. But you have to stick to your strengths. I think there's too much focus on the opposition and not on their strengths to control the teams.
Right, speaking of teams, let's get in there and have a look at the teams that have been selected so far. This is we've got 4 games into this tournament right now, so this is game number 5, game number 6 a little bit later. There's the Stallions. Russ first up.
Yeah, they're batting first. Just the one change, Ushman Khan Shinwari in for Kyle Abbott. But other than that, they look strong. They look like they have plenty of depth and options going around. Avishka Fernando outstanding at the top with Bhanuka, Minod Bhanuka, Tom Moores, Shoaib Malik. We know what we get from him all the time. Then there's Dhananjay De Silva, Thisara Pereira, the captain, Hasaranga, and his brother Chaturanga. So that really looks a very good team with Binura Fernando and Duan Olivier to add spice to the bowling.
Okay, Duan Olivier picked up 4 wickets in the last game. The Viking?
Well, Dickwella and Paul Sterling, he gets a new partner because of the injury to Oshada Fernando.
They need Dickwella to fire, don't they?
They do. Paul Sterling will contribute with bat and ball. He's a very good cricketer. Upul Taranga, Alam comes in to the team too. Instead of Sudeep Tyagi, there's Samit Patel, who was brilliant the other day. Dasun Shanaka, the captain. Ramesh Mendis, Malinda Pushpakumara, Madhushankar, Anwar Ali and Lahiru Kumar. So they also have plenty of options in their team, but it all comes down to what Team Jewel is going, and it's about taking responsibility as well.
Just one thing, the teams have to get used to playing back-to-back games. I think the Stallions are up again tomorrow, so no Abbott. Is that part of that thinking?
Yes, I believe the Stallions have 3 double headers. They got plenty of fast bowling options, and part of the thinking was to manage them better because it's hard conditions as well. So you want to be trying to be hit at opposition faster.
Okay, good stuff, Russ. Thanks. We'll hear you in the commentary box. Right, time for us to take a break. When we come back, I'll be having a chat to Mickey Arthur.
Make sure he hangs on. More problems for the Candy Tuskers.
He struck it well. It was flat, wasn't it? Right out of the middle. That's a beautiful shot in front of square. He's put that away for 4. That's a nice way to get going. Also the last ball, the over. 2 overs gone now, 18 for 1.
Of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now. I've spent 9 years behind these walls.
Welcome back. Just a reminder that the Viking have won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. Mickey Arthur has joined me as well. Mickey, there's a look at the points table. The Kings and the Viking are sitting pretty at the top, particularly the Kings. They've played very well. They've played 2-1-2.
Yeah, they've been outstanding so far, and certainly on the back of Andre Russell the other night. Isuru Dana's played well, Chandimal's played well. They look a good team.
You got a story about Andre Russell, actually. Well, just tell us that story about Andre. I mean, what was that, 65 off 19 balls?
65 off 19, I think he got the other night. It was amazing. I was chatting to Isuru Dana. It said to me, Andre Russell told him he only hit 4 balls in the middle that whole innings.
That's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. If he'd hit them in the middle, well, I think they'd still be looking.
That's amazing. I was reading a story, actually, about Andre Russell. He was saying that he credits Chris Gale a lot for the change in his whole game because he said that in 2016 he came across and he said to Andre, he said, gee, Andre, you're a big bloke. You're using light bats. What you got to do is get a little bit stronger maybe, but you can use a heavy bat and you can actually use it well, like Chris Gale has always done. He says that changed his game dramatically.
Well, it does. I mean, he's probably the best 2020 player in the world. The thing that he's done so differently is he's gone deeper in the crease. So by him going deeper in the crease, he's been able to get under balls and he clears his front leg and he's incredible.
That is the fastest ever t-20 50. I mean, it was just sensational stuff. It really was. Right, back to this game. What have you liked so far from the teams and what haven't you liked?
Well, Jaffna Stallions look very, very organised and they look a good setup. I was really impressed with the shot of Avishka Fernando the other night. His innings showed a hell of a lot of maturity. He got stuck in, absorbed pressure early and then applied pressure later. And the best thing for me was he was not out at the end. He went through and won the game.
The Vikings, I
was really impressed with that partnership with Dasun Shanaka and Samit Patel the other night. I thought Dasun Shanaka played exceptionally well. So I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams go head to head.
I mean, how much, I mean, you're sitting here in the commentary box, right, and you're doing some sterling work with us, but how much is your coaching brain working overtime watching this talent?
No, it's working overtime. It really is, Hazy. Every minute of the day, I'm kind of analysing like a coach and watching to see how best we can build the Sri Lankan 2020 team. And when I see performances like from Ivishka and Dasun the other night, I get really excited.
Yeah, and the other thing, I mean, obviously Dick Weller is someone that we need to get firing here. I mean, they need to get him. He's great for the tournament if he gets going.
He's amazing. His flair at the top of the order is brilliant. We saw that little paddle that he hit. I forget who the opening bowler was, but he hit for 6 the other day. He can do those type of things. The key for him is to take a little bit of a leaf out of Ivishka's book, and when he gets himself stuck in, do the hard yards and go and get a big score, a match-winning score for your team.
Right, we want to hear from him, actually. Let's hear what he's got to say about things so far.
Naroshan Dikwela needs no introduction. Obviously, you've been around Sri Lankan cricket for quite a while. This is the first ever T20 franchise tournament in Sri Lanka. What's your personal view on this tournament?
I think it's a great opportunity for the young players to get that exposure, what we didn't have for a long time for Sri Lanka cricket. And I think it's been a good tournament for so far, and we're looking forward to this game.
Dambulla Viking won their first game, so a clean slate in terms of.
And I think he'll recover soon and get back to the team.
All the very best to you and your team today.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Righto, let's hope he gets going. He's a feisty character. He likes a little scrap in the middle. He'll make a massive difference to the team if he does. Right, let's go to the fast bowling stakes. 4 wickets to Duan Olafia in the last game. I mean, he wasn't at his fastest, but I guess that wasn't expected first up.
Yeah, no, for him and Carl Abbott, they've come in here cold, really. They haven't bowled. And interesting, Carl Abbott was saying that he hadn't bowled competitively for a year, and that's a hell of a long time for fast bowlers, and it was pretty much the same for Dwayne. What I've liked with the Jaffna Stallions is that they're rotating their bowlers, and in today comes Usman Shinwari. We can see there with Dwayne Olafia, he gets a lot of wickets with the short ball, uses the short ball particularly well because of his extra pace.
You know, the one thing that Dwayne Olafia does, I mean, you like the fact that there's a quick ball around in T20 that can come in the middle and actually do some serious damage.
Without a doubt. So if you've got a bowler like that, it's gold. You have to have one. The key in 2020 cricket now is taking wickets. You've got to take wickets, because if you don't, teams are going to get 200. If you can strike, it's great for you, and he's a strike bowler.
I would imagine he was pretty happy with the return. He was probably pretty happy with the outing the other day. I'm sure he'd like to find a yard or two because he wasn't at his quickest, but that will do him the world of good. We might see a better Olafia today. Let's hear from him.
Dwayne Olivier joins me for a chat. First up, congratulations, 4 for 44 in the last game. How would you assess your last bowling performance?
I think I'm pretty happy with the first 3 overs, if I must be entirely honest. I think the last over missed my lengths a little bit, and it really got hold of me. So in those moments, it is a small ground. You might go for couples, just try to remain calm and just have a clear plan on what you want to do and what you want to achieve.
Looking back at that last game, you bowled across the 3 phases of the innings, at the start, through the middle, and then in the death. What's ideally your preferred phase to bowling?
For me, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's what the team wants, what we need from a team. We can execute and get on the winning side for the team. So at the end, it's a whole bowling performance. It's 20 overs. It's not just 4 overs from one guy. So it's a whole team performance. And if we can box clever with our spinners, certain guys bowling power plays, it's just to get the best out of everyone. So
you've played test matches and ODIs for South Africa. I'm sure you'll be excited to play T20 International. Are there any areas of your game that you're trying to improve on as a bowler in this tournament?
Yes, I think every game you play in life, you want to be better than your previous game. So I think there's certain things that I can improve on. It was my first game since October, finishing the county season. So everyone here is a bit rusty. So it will take time to get into it. But it's minor things. I think for me, it's just to keep it as simple as possible, because otherwise it is a quick game. So
all the very best to you.
Cheers. Thank you.
There's no doubt that, I mean, the bowlers need a little bit of assistance, I think, and Dwayne Olafia is one of those guys who's learned a lot about his career. I mean, what he said now, I mean, when you get some tap, you're going to get tap on the surface. I mean, you've got to make sure you do stay nice and calm and take a few deep breaths and slow the game down to your pace.
100%, Hazy. All you want to do is you want to execute your plans. So find your length, the length that's going to be the best. Hit that length consistently, and then hopefully if a batsman hits you from that, it's not your fault.
Looking at that track, what do you want to see the bowlers do more of?
I want to see the bowlers change their pace more, because I think changing pace is their best option.
Okay, change the pace, right? It's a general term. I mean, guys have got slower balls, back of the hand balls, cutters. What in particular? Is it cutters in particular?
Well, it's cutters in particular, but you can bowl them from different angles. You can use the crease, you can come wider, you can get closer to the stumps. That's the only way you're going to bamboozle the batsman slightly on such a good surface.
Right, just quickly, who's going to get up first game?
Jaffna Stallions.
Stallions, all right. You like the organisation of the Stallions. Okay, time for us to take a break. When we come back, we're going to join the commentators and live action.
My11 सर्कल पे अपनी टीम बनाओ और मुझे हराओ। खुद को चैंप समझते हो तो प्ले विद चैंपियंस। डाउनलोड My11 सर्कल ऐप नाउ।
आज के दौर में द सर्कस इज डाइंग, इसीलिए हम सर्कस को बंद करने वाले हैं।
तुम क्या करोगे? हम सर्कस खोलेंगे सर।
वाह, इससे बड़ा सर्कस है।
सर्कस में पैदा हुए हैं, सब करेंगे हम। रुपया भी कमाएंगे, तंबू भी गाड़ेंगे, टिकट भी बेचेंगे, परफॉर्म भी करेंगे और सर्कस जरूर बनाएंगे, खुद का सर्कस।
वक्त आ गया है कि हम उनसे
नहीं, पेलने का टाइम है।
Can't back down now.
I won't.
Man, you're crazier than I thought.
I just got principles.
I'm sorry that you feel that.
अगर आपकी आयु 18 वर्ष से कम है तो कृपया आगे ना बढ़ें। अगर आप हिंसा को स्वीकार नहीं करते हैं तो ये आपके लिए नहीं है। अगर आप कमजोर दिल के हैं तो इसे बिल्कुल भी ना देखें। अगर आप इसे फिर भी देखना चाहते हैं तो वेलकम होम।
ये आपका पहला बच्चा है? मतलब और बच्चे हैं?
बच्चे तो मर जाते हैं।
मतलब?
Catch India's tour of Australia. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now.
It's day 4 and game 1 features two teams hoping to stay unbeaten. Dasun Shanaka and Samit Patel's partnership ensured a winning start for the Viking. They faced the Stallions, who got off the blocks quickly, with Viiking Fernando leading the charge. Fortunes.
Wanakam, hello and welcome to Hambantota, where we have match 5 of the My11 Circle Lanka Premier League. It's the Dambulla Viking up against the Jaffna Stallions. Earlier we had the toss, Dambulla Viking winning the toss and opting to bowl first. Something that we've seen from teams in previous matches. And we expect that this will be another exciting affair. The first of a double header of matches coming to you. Jaffna Stallions making one change to their side. Ushman Shinwari from Pakistan coming in for Kyle Abbott. But they have a very good team, well balanced. Fernando at the top had an unbeaten 92 in that first game. And for the Viking, well, two changes to their side. Paul Sterling comes in for Oshada Fernando. And after Alam, the Afghanistan player, comes in for Sudeep Tyagi. Both teams with wins under their belts.
And the captain, Dasun Shanaka.